Can you hear me now? Here we go. Jay, can you hear me? Okay. Woo! Listen, sometimes we gotta just flow with it, right? When that devil being busy, he being busy. So I don't even know if y'all heard anything about this gentleman. I'm gonna say it again though, because he deserves his props. I'm gonna say it again. Hold on one second. Listen, tonight, man, I'm so excited to be on this podcast tonight, to be able to share the stage with somebody that I have followed for a while. And I'm telling you, the stuff that I see him doing is simply amazing. And see, the beautiful thing about having your own podcast, you can have the people on your podcast that you admire, that you look up to, that you desire to connect with a little bit. So tonight is no different. So ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Today we are about to step into, now I'm fired up now. See, the devil to try to do something, but I'm ready. You understand? Step into the mindset of a true champion. He's not just an athlete. He's not just an entrepreneur, but a man who has dedicated his life to mastering the game on the field, in business, and most importantly, within himself. See, let me tell you, some people just talk about discipline. Some people preach about mindset, but let me tell you, the man I'm gonna talk about on the stage, that brings to the stage tonight, he lives it, he embodies it, because he has taken every ounce of his experiences, years of grinding as a high-level athlete, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the setbacks, the triumphs. He has built a platform that is changing the way people think, train, and transform their lives. He's the creator of the AvatarFit, a movement that fuses elite level training, nutrition, mindset development to forge warriors. You know what I'm talking about? People who refuse to just settle, refuse to break, refuse to be anything less than extraordinary. He's also a two-time author, penning the powerful books, The Spirit of a Champion and The Road of a Champion, the blueprints to winning at every level in life. And we're gonna talk about those books tonight. But here's what makes this man different from all the rest. Let me tell you, he's not just here to inspire you. He's here to challenge you, to push you, to help you discover that greatness you've been searching for is already inside you. You just need to have the right mindset, the right tools, the right discipline to unleash it. So let me tell you something. If you're ready to step it up, if you're ready to stop making excuses and start making history, and you're ready to train your mind and body to like a true champion, buckle up, because this episode is about to change your life. The way you see yourself, the potential, and the purpose. So ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome a good friend, business partner, colleague, athlete, entrepreneur, Mr. Jamal Henry. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you so much for that. That was amazing. But everything you said could not have happened without the grace of God. So we're going to give him glory first in everything we do. I love this saying that he is the source and we are the resource. So
but we got it. It's all. Listen, man, I followed you for a while, man. Before we actually connected, I checked you out. Was on Instagram, all these little social media platforms, man. I checked them and I followed you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I done took a couple of your routines. Your fitness routines, and I done used them in the gym. So
yeah. Right. Let's go.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever done that? Do you do that? Do you search Instagram, and look at other people's content and look at other people's fitness and incorporate them? Because you operate at a high level. Do you ever do that?
I'll be honest, I have the chance to have friends who already operate at a higher level than I do. So I hang out with them, and I want to emulate what they do because they are at the top of their game in what they do. So whether it be acrobatics, whether it be calisthenics, whether it be mindset, I simply look at some of my friends again that are doing it better than I am, and I want to emulate what they do. Yeah,
that's good, man. That's good. Well, I'm very, very excited, man, to have you on the platform tonight to kind of dive a little bit deeper into your story, your backstory, that actually led you up to who you are today. And so I read a couple things about you. I was like, man, this is gonna be an interesting story. So I think the people need to hear it. So take us back a little, man. Give us that backdrop. I always kind of let the guests give us a backdrop of where it started. You ain't got to go all the way back until you was you you surveyed it, but you know what I'm saying. Go back further enough so we can kind of get a backstory of who Jamal Henry is.
All right. Well, a big foundation of who I have been most of my life has been through football. So I'll go through my football journey. I've lived in Montreal, Canada for most of my life. So I started off playing football here.
Is that what Drake from? Is that what Drake is from? Is that what Drake from? Is that where he?
Yeah, he's from Toronto. So we're about 6 hours away.
Okay, I got it. Go ahead.
So started playing football. Long story short, my brother comes home with a flyer from school, and it's a football flyer. And my dad just looks at us and says, "Hey, you guys want to play football?" We said, "Why not?" So started off in 1998, and I've played all the way through last year. And started off in a city called LaSalle, also known as the Texas of Montreal. Don't ask me. From there, I had the chance to go play a year in Dallas, Texas, which is the melting pot of football. And then some things happen, and we'll get more into that as we go through the podcast. I played a year in Dallas, came back to Montreal, where I had the chance to attend one of the most prestigious schools academically. In terms of football, it wasn't a top school, but they had recruited very well for that year. So we got to win a championship. And from there, I moved to Connecticut in a prep school for 2 years. Went to school there. Had an awesome time. What I love about prep school, guys, if ever you have a chance, for any young listeners, if ever you have a chance to go, do it, because all these students are international students, which means, and when you're done, you have international connections.
Right.
That's very, very big. Where you just call up your homie that lives in Australia and say, "Hey, bro, I'm getting a ticket. Do you have space for me? I just want to come spend a few days." Yeah, no problem. It's pretty cool. So from Kent, got the chance to play there. I came back to Montreal and played my university football here, and then played some semi-pro football. And all through the football career, I found myself, leading my team, but not more by what I was saying, but more by my actions.
That's good.
So in terms of, just noticing my teammates giving everything they have and just letting them know, like, listen, had you not made that block, we would not have scored that touchdown. Mm-hmm. And all throughout this podcast, guys, you're going to see that it's little things, little details like that have made the difference through my whole life. And I believe, it's my firm belief, that in anybody's life, when we're able to apply the little details, the little things that we can tweak and shift, we become great and become champions and start winning at that thing that we're meant to win at, our life, right? Mm-hmm. No one can live our life for us. So football has forged, God has put football in my life, and that has helped forge me to develop consistency and a discipline that has become second nature. Is it always easy? No.
Right.
No. But most of the time I'm doing exactly what I have to do. Sometimes you fall off, we fail at some things, but the most important part is getting back up.
You will get back up.
So
let's go back a little bit. So how were you as a youngster growing up in Montreal? How was the life for you growing up there? Like, take us up on that little journey.
Okay.
Were you a bad kid? Was you a rich kid? Tell us about your past.
Oh man, sometimes you don't realize what your childhood was until, like, you grow up.
That's good.
When you're in it, it's just normal.
Right.
So My parents weren't together since I was born, so single mom raising three kids.
Oh, wow. Boys?
Um, no, we were two boys, and I had my eldest sister, and we were two younger boys. So I was
Okay.
the middle,
Okay.
and then my dad. So both of my parents lived in the same city. My mom lived in what we call the Bronx of LaSalle, and my dad lived in what we call the projects of
Project.
LaSalle.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, not the top
Not the
not the
easy
top
project. Right.
neighborhood
Got it.
exactly. But here's the thing that I love, and again, we don't realize it because we're in it as kids. Is I don't remember missing anything. Most of the time, I was with my mom. I was with my dad one weekend out of two. The rest of the time, I was with my mom, and all I remember is my mom going to work. She had to go work the night shift. When she would sometimes she would work the day shift. She'd rollerblade to work. I remember her working out in the living room doing Taibo. I don't know if you guys know what Taibo is, but
Billy Blanks. Billy
yeah,
Blanks.
yo,
Yes.
that
Yes.
was
Yes.
off
Yes.
the chain.
Yes.
um, but all these little things all these little things. I don't remember a time where we were in need of anything, but I look back as a parent and I'm like, my mom really did everything that she could,
That's good.
right?
Good.
We weren't close to being the richest. We were not even close to being rich. We weren't the poorest, but all I remember is that my mom made sure for three kids, she was there, and that we had, if we needed food, if we had to do sports, play football, it's not free. And in the football community, my mom was one of the. Everyone knows my mom,
Right. Right.
right? So unconsciously, that developed. How could I say, just community within all of our hearts as kids. But in our neighborhood, I was known as the the energy ball. Like I was always running around.
A lot of energy. A lot of energy.
Oh yeah, always running around. My dad used to call me Shark because during the summer I'd always be in the pool. If I'm not in the pool, I'm in the park. If I'm not in the park, I'm on the field. Um,
So
yeah, I was just.
athleticism is it's already in you. So even as a kid, like that's what it was already there.
Oh yes. So my mom gave me what I love to call. She gave me resiliency. My dad gave me, because of his background, our family on my dad's side are freak athletes,
Mm-hmm.
and so he gave me that. So just the fact that I was always moving just reinforced like that the genetic side, right? Um, and as we went on, we'll see later on the call, when I started working out, that's when the discipline kicked in. So I already had talent, but
Right.
you give someone when someone can develop discipline and you put those, oh my goodness,
It's like
it
an
was
explosion's gonna happen. Yeah.
it.
Absolutely. You get somebody who wants it and they consistently being disciplined with it. Oh man, that's as a trainer, that's the ones you want. That's them clients you're like, oh yes, you know what I'm saying? That's yeah, it's good. That's good. So transit. So in high school you were already playing football because you started playing football early. In high school, is that what the aspiration was, that you knew that you wanted to go and play at a high level? What was that process?
So it clicked when I was in Dallas.
Mm,
So the big difference for any football players that are listening right now, what's cool about playing in the melting pot of football is that the schools come to you, right? So you could be a top player in a great school, and the schools come to you, and that makes it much more simple. Because let's say here in Montreal, Canada, I could be the greatest player. I will get a chance to perform in front of top schools, but I have to go get them. I have
right.
to, right? Because high schools in Texas have their reputation.
Yeah, for some of the big boys
So
come out of Texas. Mm-hmm.
exactly. So I
Right.
was a freshman. I just played my first game, and it was a great game. I was running back. And then right before our second game, I'm walking into the locker room, and Texas Longhorns, the coach was there. And that's when it clicked. I was like, could it be that simple? I just have to be in the right place at the right moment and do what I have to do, and I can make it. And then so that was grade, yeah, it's grade 9. Yeah, it was grade 9. Um, that was when I had the click of, okay, let's do this, man.
Right.
Let's
Right.
do this.
Right.
And from then on, every single action that I took, uh, actually, let me put a little aesthetics, a little star on that. You'll understand after. But most of every action I took was in
Absolutely.
line to make it.
Good stuff. So how did you? Okay, so now you're playing football. You're playing collegiately, and then what happened to actually? What's the transition from football to personal trainer?
Okay.
What? Yeah.
So during my football career in college, where I was working out, they hired me as a trainer. So they
Nice.
hired me, and because my trainer liked the way I trained, and he liked the way that I led. Because I was the eldest of the group. We were just about 10 football players, and he loved the way I led the guys, the way we trained together. So he asked me, "Would you like to lead group classes here?" I said, "Yeah, I'd love to." And then from group classes, I started doing a bit of personal training and
Out
training.
of classes,
Pardon
taking
me?
individuals out of the group classes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay.
And again, it's this hit me. Is when he asked me. We had an NHL. We had two NHL players and an MMA fighter. And one day, my coach couldn't be there to train them, and he said, "Would you like to train them?" I said,
Would I?
excuse me." So I said yes, and it happened once, but that gives you a certain level of
Confidence.
confidence,
There was a little bit of confidence.
and sometimes that's all we need.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
Just a little bit. And that's, you find yourself as a coach a lot of times saying that you can do it. I believe, that little bit of extra, little bit of encouragement to push them through. Because once you
yep.
get that little breakthrough, man, it's over. But go ahead.
But from doing those group classes to the individual personal trainings, I just kept doing that through my football career.
Got it.
Then I just decided this past the beginning of the year to really offer it online so I can reach people around the globe.
So you
And
went from, so you talk about in-person trainer to now doing a lot of things online itself.
exactly.
Okay.
There's a great speaker that I love, Myron Golden. He says, says if you are not online, you're doing something wrong.
hmm hmm
So, two things that I retained from him: get online and make an offer that has great value. So that is why I'm transitioning to offering personal training online, but also attaching the personal growth to it. One of the
The mind.
points that we have today is mastering mindset and
Yep.
growth. Well,
hmm
in my opinion, if we don't master mindset, there and spiritual growth, there is no growth, because we can get all the results we want in the gym, whether it's performance, whether it's how we look. But it again, in my opinion, it won't be. We won't have
Sustainable.
it exactly. There won't be a sense of accomplishment at a certain point. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because as a mindset coach, I do the exact same thing. It's like you try to tell the individuals it's not coming to the gym all the time. That's not what the secret. The secret is here first. You got to mentally get it here first. Then
Mhm.
everything will follow along with it. And so,
Exactly.
but if you don't get that right, you be looking. You'll be talking about how much more time or yeah, what session is this? You'll be doing that type of stuff because it didn't click. Here. You didn't get it here. You try to get it here, but it didn't get here. That's it, man. That's it. So you transition. So what year that you feel that you actually started doing training, personal training, not online, just a personal training? How many years has that been?
Oh, I started at the beginning of this year doing
Doing
it
personal
online.
training.
Yeah. Doing
Okay.
online,
What do you,
I've been so doing my personal offering my personal training services online. I've done from the beginning of this year,
right.
but for just about 6 years, I've been with a company, number one nutrition company in the world called Herbalife, in which
Oh,
I've
yeah.
I've been online for a long time, building group workouts. So they're not detailed or tailored to a specific person. It's just a workout that people could do at home or at the gym. Um, so that way I've been online for a long time, but where I'm going to have a call with someone or have someone fill out a form and make a specific tailored workout for them, that's from this year.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So what do you feel like this? So the in person versus the online, what do you feel the difference is going to be for you? And what's your expectation for the online versus the in person?
So what I like about the in person is we get to feel each other's energy,
Sure.
right? And what I've noticed is, let's say some of my clients that live close, they'll say, "Hey Jay, can you come to the gym with me, just so I'm sure that I'm doing the movements properly?" So the big difference is when we're together, they
Mm-hmm.
have that confidence we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
They have that
Right.
because what I found is a lot of clients will say, "Yeah, I don't like going to the gym because I don't like when people look at me,"
Right.
or because they're concerned about everything happening around them. But when you're there as a coach, they're concentrated on you. You're concentrated on them. No, I won't say no one else matters, but what matters most is the workout.
Right.
Here are the movements. Here's what has to get done, and it's you and me.
Right.
Versus online, what I do like is I can keep track of what my client is doing, right? Because send out the workout, they'll check it off,
Right.
and also it helps my client keep track of themselves, right? So they get on the app. Okay, here's my workout. I check it off. Did I drink my the right amount of water today? Okay, I see that that coach uploaded a personal growth video. Let me go check it out. So
Right.
in person, I can't give you the personal growth video, but everything's there. So
Mm-hmm.
having that online tool simplifies and saves a lot of time.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
They don't get the energy, but at a certain point, if they have that base, that foundation, and they could work with that, that's freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of online. What do you find? Because there's a lot of online coaches right now, trainers that's going online. That seems like to be the wave of the future. You can maximize it, you can scale it. You can still have some type of connection with your client. It's not like the in person, like you talked about, but you see a lot more trainers now are actually going online, being Instagram famous, doing Instagram stuff. What do you feel is the connection between these two things?
Um, so I think it depends. Not I think I know it depends on the why that the trainer is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If the again we said that building hair first, no matter what we do, is the most important here and spiritually.
Right.
So no matter what results we get, we are still strong here. So if I'm a coach and I jump on social media, my aim as a personal trainer is just to, I don't know, let's say generate 10K a month, and the value I put out doesn't matter that much. All I want to do is get new clients, and I get new clients for a month. It generates 10K. I'll get another set of
Turnover.
new clients for next month, and so on and so forth.
Right.
Exactly, a turnover. Um, and I'm in love with the money more than I am with the people. So the difference is, I want the money, or do I want to give value to the people?
Right.
Again, I'm learning this. I've just learned this from Myron Golden, which is amazing, but it makes so much sense. Is instead of using the people and love the money, uh, love the people, use the money, and then even better than that, use the money to love the people.
That's
So,
good.
so what happens is, if and now flip that, if I'm online and I'm looking to solve someone's problem, and I'm looking to give value to someone, and the byproduct of that is me making $10,000, then great. And the principle states the more people I help, the more problems I solve, the more money comes with it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
again, am I there to make money or to bring value to the marketplace?
That's good. That's good.
So that's again, that's the way I think. I know a lot of if people want to just make money, actually, here's a great saying that I love: is the question, does it make money, is not a bad question. It's a bad first question,
That's good.
right?
Mm-hmm.
At the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, we need money to do things.
We need money to do what we got to do.
The first question should be something like, does it bring value? Is it going to change lives? And then, okay, perfect. How does it make money? How much money is it going to make? And then from there, because your motive is always staying in how can I bring value? Who can I help? And
Right.
the more you do that, the more problems you solve and the more money comes with it.
The money's gonna come anyways. The money's gonna come. The money's the byproduct, like we talked about. The
Exactly.
money's the byproduct. That's
Exactly.
good, man. That's real good. Let's talk about mindset. Jay, you talk a lot about, the champion within. I saw a couple of your clips talk about the champion within. What does that truly mean to Jamal Henry?
Oh man. To be honest, it's as simple as, well, first off, loving God in everything that we do, but also being happy with who I am and who I am becoming.
That's good.
All right. And one of the points that we want to talk about is in the daily, the daily habits, right? The power of daily habits. So everything we do is building who we are becoming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's for every good thing that we do and every bad thing that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to myself is, okay, Jay, are you making promises to yourself? And are you following through on those promises? If I am, then great. I'm proud of myself. Like I'm winning. Here's what I want. Here's what I'm going to do. So I have an objective. Here are the actions that I have to do to accomplish those objectives.
Right.
And then I take action. Because if I don't take action, then I could plan all I want. Not much is going to happen. So then when I take action, I start accomplishing all the things that I set forward. Then I start feeling confident because I'm in action, and I start feeling proud of myself, which is very important, guys. Like, you got to take a step back sometimes. Just look at what you're doing and what you've done to be like, hey, it's pretty cool. And then that's where you start winning at what you want to do. You start winning at your life, because I can't win at your life. You can't win at mine.
Right.
But what we can do, one of the rules at my boot camp that I give is, the first rule is to give your 110% effort, right? Because I can't give your 110, you can't give my 110. But if I see you in the gym giving 110% effort, that will influence me. It could influence me to give 110.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. The more personal growth we focus on, the more it has an effect on other people that surround us.
That's good. Jay, you talked about power habits, daily habits. You said success, and success isn't built in a day.
Yeah.
It's built daily in your daily habits, as we talked about. It's built in your daily habits. What are some of the non-negotiable habits in your life that you feel that has helped you reach a certain level of success?
All right. So these are so simple, and they're so simple that it might not seem like it makes sense. Like, okay, so you look on my Instagram, I do a lot of, again, acrobatics, lift weights, I do a lot of crazy stuff. And I'm going to share with you guys the foundation. I took my notes, guys. I came prepared. So I love this saying by Jim Rohn, who's used it from other people. He says, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away," right? Now, I think we can agree that eating an apple a day will not save our lives. It won't keep the doctor away, but it's in the simplicity of developing that habit every single day. If you could develop the habit of going in the fridge and eating your apple a day, well, your subconscious will say, perfect. we can keep doing that with other things. And here are 3 non-negotiables that I do in the morning. And if you have a pen and paper, please take this down. Number 1, your eyes open up. The first thing that I do is I sit by my bedside and think of 10 things that I'm grateful for. And here are some simple examples. I sit by my bedside. My wife is behind me. Usually I have either all kids or 2 of my 3 kids behind in the bed. And I say, I'm grateful for feeling the ground, the floor under my feet. I'm grateful for having a roof over my head. I'm grateful for having a bed to sleep in, to wake up in, to have my wife behind me. And I just keep going like that. So what happens is my day is programmed to look at the things that I'm grateful for. And from there, right after I'm done with my 10 things, or you choose the number.
Right.
I connect to my breath, which is as simple as just saying I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out.
Right.
I've heard this before and it's stuck with me. Our breath is the first gift that we receive when we enter the world, and it's the last thing that we leave when we pass away.
That's it.
Yet, apart from people who do breath work,
right,
it's rare that I meet someone who says, yeah, I spent a minute today just thinking about my breath.
That's good.
And it's the first thing to change in any situation, whether we're happy, excited, sad, mad. We start breathing hard or breathing more relaxed. And so why wouldn't we spend the first moment of our day thinking of the first gift that God has given us and just say thank you?
That's good.
So that's number 2. So number 1 was think of 10 things that you're grateful for. Number 2 is connect to your breath. And number 3, now you don't do this if your spouse is in the bed or your kids are in bed, but you make your bed.
Right. Hopefully by that not chilling, like you said. Right.
So you make your bed, and there is actually a book called Make Your Bed by a U.S. Marine. Now, for anyone who knows what a U.S. Marine is, they are known to be some of the most disciplined, if not the most disciplined people in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. And the foundation of their discipline, the first action, is making their bed. Because it starts their day with a win. So then you got to ask yourself, if the most disciplined people who like right before superheroes, we could put like U.S. Marines.
That's good.
Right? If they use making their bed as the foundation of their discipline, who am I not to do it?
Right.
Who am I not to believe that it can change my life? And so what happens is, the thoughts that you're programming in with those 10 things you're grateful for, and then connecting to your breath, when you're going to do that physical movement of making your bed and perfecting it every single day, making it faster and better, you're going to create a structure for your day that says, here's what I'm grateful for. Here's the gift that I've been given. And here's the actions that I'm taking to do this. And guys, will one day make the difference? No. But if you keep doing it every single day, hey, if you do it five days out of 7, we'll take it. Because at the end of the year, you're doing it more than you're not doing it. Right? So, and that's what I meant at the beginning when I said little things that don't cost anything. Actually, sorry, they cost your attention and your time.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. But it's for the output. I think the input is not much. We're not asking much of ourselves.
I love it, man. Listen, for someone that's listening to the podcast right now, hearing everything that you say, for someone listening right now in that position, what's the one habit? Give them one. You gave them 3. Just give them one. And it may not even be the one that you talked about, but just give them one habit that if they implemented that one habit today, it would immediately start creating lasting change for them.
Oh, I got to put them together, but listen and learn.
Okay.
So in the sense that And this is the main point of my first book, The Spirit of a Champion, is to understand that life is always there, to always talking to us. And it's us that we decide to sometimes just like do one of these or block our ears. But when we're able to, I think, like use both of these and close our mouth and just listen, and not listen with intent to reply, but listen just with intent to learn and just listen.
Mhm.
From that, we can grow,
Right.
right? Because those actions that we spoke about, like naming the 10 things that I'm grateful for, is literally sitting down and listening to yourself. You're talking and then you're listening to yourself saying, wow, okay, that's what's important to me. These are the things that I have in my life.
Right.
But then what happens is when you walk out that door and you start talking to other people, or you're having a conversation, when you become a student and you start listening to people and the way they talk and what's going on, here's what's really cool is that naturally you will start deciphering, like, okay, like this conversation is leading nowhere. I'm not growing in this conversation.
Mhm.
So naturally, when you start learning and being a student, you will separate yourself from those people or conversations that don't help you grow. And you will,
Conversation that,
sorry, go ahead.
so then you start gravitating towards the conversation that you're supposed to be listening to. It's facts. It's
And
good.
that happens in everything. So that's why, like, listening is keeping your ears open. And uh, I don't like to, I don't really judge. I look at everything as information that is there.
It's good.
And how can you learn from it?
Mhm.
So it's keep your ears open and keep learning. That's like the habit. If someone could do that every day, it would change their life.
That's good. That's good. Man, greatness, you talked about greatness, how greatness is, you're not born into it. It's born out of struggle.
Mm.
You talked about that. Can you share a time in your life when you felt that the pain became like fuel for you, that
Mm.
put you on your trajectory for your purpose?
Oh, yeah. Um. So I'll talk about a few moments. So when I went to Dallas, Texas, I my in that second game, I tore my ACL. I tore like three ligaments in my knee. All right,
Wow.
and uh, a lot of athletes, they just stopped playing. What I understood after it happened, a lot of athletes just stopped playing football, and whatever the case may be. It took some time, got my knee repaired, but by then I had fallen into a depression as a teenager.
Wow.
So I didn't stop playing, but I decided to run back to safety, or what I thought was safe, which was coming back to Montreal.
Mm.
Right. The thing, guys, when you're in the uncomfortable, stay there, man. Stay there.
It's a beautiful place. Yeah.
I don't regret coming back, because if I didn't, we wouldn't be on this call.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
um, so I had my injury, and then I decided to run, and I ran back home. But once I got home, I started doing my rehab, getting back into football. And I remember I almost had to miss my first game because I had to do a test for my knee. It's called the Biodex. I will
Mm.
never forget the name of this machine. It's as simple as you sit on it. It's like a leg extension machine, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But this is your feet are locked in around your shins, and they put a certain level of resistance. So like having like a lot of weight on it.
Hmm.
So you for a minute you just got to extend and retract, just to see if your knee can take the action, right? The work.
Hmm.
And the first time I did it didn't work. I didn't make it. And I remember my mom, as it was yesterday, my mom started crying, because it's something as a parent to watch your kids like it's something as a parent to go through pain, but it's another thing to watch your kids go through pain and not being able to help them.
Wow.
It,
It's true.
right? So after that test that I failed, I promised my mom, I said, you will never go through that pain again. And so I used that pain. We went back a few weeks later. I did the test, passed it, and that day, right after the test, was our first game. So you need think about this. I've been off for a year and a half.
Right.
And after passing this test, all the emotion, all the depression, the heartache, the ups, the downs, watching my mom, leaving my dad in Texas, because leaving my dad was not, it wasn't a, how can I say, it wasn't the best. I didn't do it the best way. I said, Dad, I'm leaving. And you have no say in me leaving. Kids, I mean, not kids, but guys, listen to your parents, please. But what we need to understand is all the hardship to that first game after a year and a half. Ooh, those boys felt it on the field. My coaches asked me to stop hitting so hard.
Wow. You take that to frustration?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. I mean, I could have played 2 football games that day. Right. And I was a running back, but they put me at safety just so just to test out my knee. But just to say that all that pain that balled up was let go in that game. And to be honest, I look back, I'm not necessarily proud of that because I let my emotions get the best of me.
Got it.
It was awesome to watch on the sideline. Watch, like, you have a great football player having fun, but again, like I said, instead of looking at things and putting all emotions into it, just take a step back and analyze. Oh, Flip, you've been through a lot, so now go out and play football. I did worse than play football. I was hitting kids really, really hard. Let's put it that
way. Right. You think that's good. With you going through so much, in your past and dealing with those setbacks, those struggles, how do you help someone else who's also going through some struggles, some setbacks? How do you help them harness that energy so help them get to the next level?
So the habit that we spoke about, right, is listening. That's what we spoke about. So as a coach, whether it be a personal trainer coach or a coach for football, we need to get to learn the person that's in front of us. So in order for me to, and I don't believe I can help people. I believe I can guide people to help themselves.
There you go.
But the only way I can do that is if I ask the right questions. And it's amazing. There's a teacher who's an elderly teacher. He told me people don't need the answers; they just need the right frame of questioning. I said, "Can I borrow that?"
That's good. We can put that on the shirt. So, that's good.
So when I want to guide someone, first off, I never think that I am above them or below them. I think that I'm right there with them. I believe that I'm right there with them.
Partnership.
And I keep out of my mouth when I'm speaking to someone, yes, so did I. Yeah, me too. Here's what I went through. Because the point, sorry, say it again.
You're not bringing it back to yourself. You're keeping it in focus on them. That's good.
Exactly. Because the point of wanting to guide someone is, yes, we want to give them the tools, but it's also for them to get to the point where they can guide themselves. Right? So with the tools that we're going to give them. So how do I know which tools to give them? Ask them the right frame of questions, use the right frame of questioning to get to know the person, and then say, okay, perfect. Here's what I suggest. And then I'll ask them, well, listen, do you truly need me? And most people say, yes, I need someone to kick my butt, make sure I stay I stay on the narrow road. Let's put it that way. And then some people be like, no, no, just once a week, tell me what I have to do. But it's very important at the beginning to let them talk about who they are, keep asking questions, no matter what we're in, actually. And I was just on the call before, and we mentioned, you know, whether it be 30 seconds or an hour or 2 hours, people love to talk about themselves, whether they will admit it or not. I love to talk about myself. Um, but I have found a bigger love, if you could say, or interest in listening to other people.
I love it. I love it.
So that's the way. Just listen, learn from the other person, and then from there you have tools. That's why we're a coach. We have the tools. Then we can add them, the tools, and whether it be in person or online, man, we're there to like motivate them and push them to become that person.
I love it, man. I love how we talked about in the very beginning. We talked about mindset, and all this is leading around mindset. Because as a coach, that's what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to help you unlock your mindset, right? Get where everything is actually created in your mindset. So mindset, we know, is everything. Let me ask you, Jay, what are some of the core principles that you feel have shaped your mental toughness, resilience? What are those core principles?
Oh man, I love this. There's a great saying that says, "What you do in the dark will reflect in the light," if that makes sense. So it will reveal itself in the light. So most of my training, I trained a lot, and most of my training I've done alone. And when you're alone, you get to learn a lot about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You get to become your own coach. You get to become your own fan. You get to become everything you need to be, right? And within that, you develop that voice in your head that says, you could stay in that plank another 10 seconds. And when that 10 seconds comes up, that voice comes back up and says, you could stay there another 10 seconds, right?
Right.
Right. And it doesn't have to be, for anyone listening, it doesn't have to be that intense, but like I would do that until my body would just like collapse. Right. Um, and I would bring that to my trainings that I had with my other football guys. So their subconscious is absorbing this. Yo, Jay is doing this. Right. Let's do it. And we were all top football players on our teams, all from individual teams, but we get together and work out. But most of that discipline, most of that mental, the how would we call it? The mental toughness. Thank you. Was developed by myself, and it's also what I listened to while I was working out. So I would listen to Eric Thomas, Jim Rohn, Inky Johnson, Tony Robbins, and to be honest, I didn't even know who they were.
Wow.
I just knew that
constantly feeding your mindset though. You had that thing in repetition, like it's going, it's there,
nonstop. And there's a rule that I have in my group workouts, which is the last rule of 4 that says during the workout you cannot touch your hips, you cannot put your hands on your head, you can't touch your knees. What you have to do as you are quote unquote suffering or short out of breath is stand up and control your breathing and walk.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens is our brain is recording our attitude while we're shocking our bodies. And so the first thing we do when we're tired is touch our knees and say, yo, this is, oh my goodness, I can't, like that, those words, I can't, they don't exist. If that's what we do, well, once we walk out the doors of the gym and we're away from that session with our coach, when we meet an obstacle, our brain does the same thing.
Good.
Oh my goodness. Here comes another one. I really can't. Mm-hmm. But what happens when you flip it around? And this is where I really developed. It's while I was in that plank and I would stay there in that pain, what was playing in my ear was helping develop my mental toughness.
Good.
So in all aspects, I was developing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So while I was in pain, while I was growing physically, my mental was creating a certain fortitude. So now imagine every time I'm not working out and I would hear that somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, my body's ready. So imagine in a football game, bring on everything you want. I'm ready. Because the second I face adversity, my body has done it 1,000 times. And there's a question that I ask my athletes. I say, if you score 1,000 touchdowns in practice, what keeps you from scoring one in a game? They say, well, nothing. I said, perfect. Every time you catch the ball, make sure you go score. Now imagine you apply that to everything you do in life.
Mm-hmm.
You do something for 1,000 times at home, you just walk out the door. What keeps you from doing it once?
Right.
So yeah, it's to be honest, it's in that state of discomfort. It's staying there just a bit more. Just a bit more. Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. But Jay, listen, man, you built a powerful, powerful brand behind your name, AvatarFit. We're gonna talk about the name AvatarFit and how you came up with that.
Yeah.
But you built a huge brand around AvatarFit, and you got your books out. What's been the key you feel to standing out amongst the rest and making an impact in such a competitive industry? Because we talked about that. We talked about the Instagram models. We talked about the Instagram famous. We talked about all these influencers. What do you think that thing is that has made you stand out amongst your peers, amongst the rest, to keep your brand flowing?
I've focused on myself, and if I have to compare myself, because I've heard a lot of people say you don't compare yourself. I feel like there's a way of comparing yourself. I feel like there's a way of comparing yourself. Um, the thing is, if you decide to compare yourself, make sure that it's someone that has what you have, that is doing what you want to do, that has the same vision as you, and you don't compare yourself to surpass them. You compare yourself to say, okay, this is what they did. Am I doing those things? If I'm not, and I like they have what I want, maybe I should start doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no poison of comparison in the sense like they're better than me. There's only relief in the acceptance that maybe I'm not doing the right actions.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because they've already created the blueprint for you. They've already created the blueprint.
Exactly. And so they hand us a blueprint. Like Jim Rohn said, did you know that there are multi-millionaires who have written down how they've made their money, and they have given it, they wrote it down in the book, and all you have to do is buy the book and read it?
People ain't gonna do that though. It's too hard. They want
So
to tell them. Yeah, it's good. They want to tell it to them.
So they've given us a blueprint. Now you use the blueprint, but you remain yourself.
Right.
And that's where AvatarFit came, because I was like, man, no one's AvatarFit. I have the tattoos, which we'll talk about, to go with it. Like no one has that. And I feel like that's exactly who I have to be in order to keep the brand unique.
Where did Avatar Fitness come? Is it Avatar Fitness, or is that no short for fitness? But where did that name come from?
Oh, AvatarFit. So there are two reasons. So there's the show Avatar the Airbender.
Mm.
So in Avatar the Airbender, he controls, or he bends, they call it bending, air, earth, water, and fire. And I love this because in the code of the extraordinary mind, he speaks about bending life. All right. So, anyway, there are two reasons why I chose Avatar. It's because I want to bend lives into the direction they're supposed to go.
That's
Right.
good.
That's why I don't think I can help people, but I can bend their perception and get them to see from a different perspective where they have to go. And secondly, in a biblical standpoint, it says that your children are the arrows to your bow. So in every arrow, I have an arrow here, and I have two arrows on my arms are my children.
Mm.
Um, and so that's why I have the arrows. But the avatar principle is to really bend lives. I don't think I can bend actual air or whatever the case may be.
If it's
But
possible. Possible. I love it, man. I love it. But listen, man, first of all, I'm going to, I say thank you for being on this podcast tonight, sharing some stuff with us and just hanging out a little bit and getting us a backstory of who you are. It's absolutely an honor just to get on this call with you. Before I ask you, I'm going to say this last question, but I just want to say thank you, first of all, on behalf of my heart, man, for just,
thank you, Chris.
saying yes to the podcast request. All right. So listen, beyond fitness, beyond business, what do you want your legacy to actually be? And how do you want to be remembered in this world?
Every time I meet someone, I want them to know that they were the most important person at that moment for me. So with you, Chris, right now, no one else is more important to me in the world. Because after this, I don't know what happens.
Right. That's a good perspective, bro.
So you have my attention. You have my time. And thank you for giving me your time. And so when we have that philosophy of when I start talking to someone, like right now, this person is the most important person in my life, then I'll listen. Unconsciously, it'll kick in. I'll start listening. So if there's one thing that I want people to remember when I'm gone, is that when Jay was with me, he listened to me. He didn't judge. He was just there to listen. He was just there to let me know that I'm an actual human being. Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. Well, Jay, listen, this conversation tonight, man, has been nothing short of powerful. The energy that you bring, the wisdom that you shared, your backstory of your journey, it's inspiring, bro. But I knew it
I
would be
appreciate that.
checking out your bio and everything that you've done. You dropped some gems tonight, and I know that those things that you dropped, we put some of the things actually in the chat. But I know that those things that you shared tonight, they're going to resonate deeply with so many people that's actually listening to this podcast. And so, on behalf of them and myself, man, I really appreciate you jumping on the podcast.
Thank you so much. And if I could just say one thing, guys, everything that someone sees in someone else is a mirror reflection of who that person is. So for everyone listening, everything that you've heard Chris say about me is a foundation, and it's who he is. Right. And I think the world of you, we don't know each other extremely a lot, but of how we know each other, it means the world. So I'm looking forward. This is only the beginning of something big.
It's on the beginning. I always allow, you just said a lot, but I'm gonna give you an opportunity because I said I always allow the guests to have the final words and just encouraging the people, sharing something from your heart that they should know. What's one good nugget that you can actually share with the people? You may have already said it. I don't know. If so, just say I've already said it. But if there's something else that you would like to share that would help the people get to the next level, the floor is yours.
Right. Search to give value. Always find a way to give value. Everything else will take care of itself. You give 110% and give value, you can't lose. There's no way. No way. You have God, you give your 110% effort, and you give value, yeah, can't lose.
It's explosion. It's explosion. Man, listen, you did it. You did it, bro. It took us a second to connect it, to pull the pieces together. But when we finally said we was going to do it, everything just kind of locked into place. And so you're amazing, man. I wish you nothing but success in your business, in your endeavors. Real quick, before we get off, I want to give you another opportunity. Go ahead and share with the people real quick how they can actually get in contact with you, how they can actually, in Canada, or here, whatever, your online stuff that you got going on, how can they get in contact with you, purchase some books from you, what they need to do?
So if you want to get in contact with me, the most simple way is on Instagram. So it's at AvatarFit12. And just send me a direct message. I answer all of them. And from there, if you want a book, I'll send you the link directly. You'll be talking to me. I don't have any automated messages. So from there, I'll be able to give you all the information. Also on TikTok, it'll be AvatarFit, and Facebook, Jamal Henry. And again, I'll be the one you're talking to. So I'll send you all the information that you need. And then have a live masterclass that you'll be able to have access to as well.
Good. Is your books on Amazon? You say your books are on Amazon?
Yes, it is on Amazon as well. So The Spirit of a Champion.
Okay.
Spirit of a Champion.
Okay.
And the Road of a Champion that you'll be able to get on Amazon.
Good. Champion. We'll see if we can put that in the chat to make sure. Yeah. So let's see if we can get some books on that Amazon for you. So get some things sold. So man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you
as well, Chris.
As always, if there's anything that I can do to help you on your journey, I'm just a phone call away. Let's chop it up. I know we want to do some stuff in person as well. So I'm gonna have to come to Canada. You might have to come here. And that's where you're still in Canada now, right? Did you say that?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay. So I might have to come over there and see what's going on. Maybe we can do some workout videos together, and let's put it together. See, the 54-year-old man, saying the young guy. Yeah. see if we can get in that gym and do some stuff together. So
yes, sir.
By the bottom of my heart, man, I appreciate you. God bless you, brother. And if there's anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Right back at you, Chris.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. I told you it was gonna be a good show. I told you it was gonna be good. He is absolutely amazing. He got some great content out there. So if you go to AvatarFit 12, he got some great content out there. And the show was amazing. Man. I had a lot of fun doing it. Had a lot of fun chopping it up with him. And, it's real good when you connect with people all over the world. And Facebook has done that for us. We connect with people from all over. Instagram has done that. Real quick, don't forget, check out my book. I got the book out there. Hold on one second. Let's see if I can get that book out there. There it is. It's time to shift. It's available right there on Amazon. Amazon.com. There's the actual QR code. If you want to click the little QR code, you can do that as well. And, go purchase the book. Also, a couple weeks ago, somebody had told me early on in one of my shows. Somebody was like, "What's your Cash App?" I wanted the Cash App. There it is. There's the Cash App. It's $cash, $ on the grind coach, $ on the grind coach. Go out there to YouTube, like my stuff, like it, subscribe. I don't know, subscribe, comment, all on YouTube. The YouTube channel is @On the Grind Coach. @On the Grind Coach. So go out there, support your boy. Man, I'm so excited to be here. Man, we got some stuff coming up for you. We got a lineup coming for you, man. We got some cool things lined up for you right here on the Grind Coach. Every week we're just trying to bring you mindset coach. We're trying to bring you fitness coach. We're trying to bring you people who has changed the world and give you that information so therefore you can go out there and be a world changer as well. So listen, we're gonna be back next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank you to a couple people out here. Let's do a couple of shout outs. A couple people that showed up. Christine, I appreciate you supporting you. supporting me. Christine is doing some amazing things in that gym, transforming that body. Huh? I see you, Christine. I see you out here. Antoinette Caldwell, what's going on, my friend? Y'all, internet special, y'all. So shout out to you for your support, Antoinette Caldwell, doing your thing, making sure your boys do it. So I appreciate you. All right, so that's Antoinette Caldwell. I appreciate you. Who else we got out here? I don't know. Let's see. We got Aletha. What's going on over there? And doing some amazing things. Listen, she got some cool stuff, y'all. She got some cool stuff. Go check out her website on Facebook. There she is. Check her out on Facebook. She got some cool stuff on sites. Go check her out as well. So, over there in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, GA. Jackie Boy. Listen, Jackie, y'all. That's my people right there. Jackie Boy. You already know you got my heart. You know what's going on, Jackie Boy? Who else we got out here? Evelyn, one of my clients, y'all. Evelyn support. Okay, I see you on the show. I appreciate you. Shout out to those hearts, Nashonda. What's going on? What's going on now? She just did my mic. She one of the first people that's over there. My mic is muted, though. She was really old. Your mic muted. I can probably hear her saying that too. Your mic muted. Well, listen, it's another great show. I appreciate you hanging out with your boy Chris Allen on the grind coach. It's 9:10. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Check me out next week. We're gonna be right back here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the grind coach. Man, wow, great.